Hello everybody and welcome to Wheel Stories. Today I'm riding my Harley Davidson Roadster. It's early spring and there's still some snow on the side of the road, but the sun's out and the temperatures aren't too bad. I put some new accessories on the bike. I've got a tail bag made by Nelson Rigg, and then I put on a windscreen made by National Cycle. I'll talk about those accessories further down the road. Now I'm riding Old Highway 55 between Boise and Horseshoe Bend. I believe it's now called Summit Ridge Road. It's in sad shape because of the new highway, but there's some fun switchbacks and a little bit of gravel on the road that I need to watch out for. But right now, I'm going to put my helmet on. Let's jump on the motorcycle and take her for a zip. The condition of Old Highway 55 into Horseshoe Bend is much worse than I had expected. The potholes have gotten deeper, the gravel sections have become wider, and it looks like several fault lines have developed, slipped or fractured, since the last time I rode this section of roadway. There are several old highways in Idaho that have suffered similar fates. Highways that have been bypassed by newer roads and some of them fallen into disrepair. There's the old freeze-out highway into Emmett, the old Whitebird grade between Whitebird and Grangeville, the Winchester grade that winds down to Cul-de-sac, and the old spiral highway north of Lewiston, which is actually in pretty good shape. These are tight, narrow, and dangerous highways that were a lot of fun to ride back in the day and can still be accessed. I think I'd want an adventure bike or ATV if I lived on this hillside. I suppose the rough surface and general state of disrepair helps protect privacy for nearby residents, including those wild turkeys. I'm thinking you travel Old Highway 55 at your own risk. So I've arrived in Horseshoe Bend and I've stopped to take a look at an old rail car. This is a rail car that was once operated by the Idaho Northern and Pacific Railroad. It was a small system that served a lot of the sawmills that are in Idaho and eastern Oregon. Well, the sawmills are gone and the rail just doesn't serve any purpose anymore. For a short period of time, this rail car here operated as the Thunder Mountain Line, and it was essentially a tourist attraction where you could come up, board the rail car and ride north up to Cascade along the Payette River, and then turn around and come back. A nice afternoon, have a little picnic, but sadly that doesn't exist anymore. So this rail car is just sitting here by the tracks, looking more and more dilapidated as the months go by. Now let's talk a little bit about the windscreen that I just put on my bike. This is produced by National Cycle. The model is called the Mohawk, and it does a decent job of breaking some of the wind that would normally hit your chest. I do feel a bit of buffeting around my helmet. It attaches to the front forks, and I had to get the largest diameter of mount that they offer. This is the 52 to 56 millimeter mount, and you have an option for some curved mounts or straight mounts, and the straight mounts worked best on this particular bike. I might do a little more tweaking with it to fine-tune how well I've got it pointed to reduce wind blast on my chest. The thing I do like about this windscreen though is it does seem to fit with the design of the bike. It's not very obtrusive, doesn't draw a lot of attention to itself, and you still get to ride the bike and enjoy the sensation of being a dog with your head fully out there in the wind. Now the tail bag. This model is made by Rigg. It comes in 3 sizes. I believe the sizes are called Touring, that's the largest. Sport is the mid-size, and this one is called Light. And this is the Rigg commuter line. You have 4 quick release buttons, and the straps go underneath the seat. The Rigg features some reflective material here on the back, which is good for visibility. It's also expandable. You can unzip a little middle section and get another couple of inches of height in case you buy a t-shirt or something on one of your trips. You need a little bit more room. There's a mesh pocket up above where you normally put your rain cover, but you know, there's no chance of rain today, so I've taken it out, and I've got, I don't know, keys to my car, some Advil, and then here I've got a little tripod. I've got the camera case that I put my GoPros in. But yeah, I like it, you know, it's just about the perfect size for my camera gear. Okay, well, let's zip everything back up and hit the road. I'm going to do Black Canyon Road toward Emmett.
Idaho Route 52 from Horseshoe Bend to Emmett is a popular section of highway for local bikers. The road is well maintained and features some tight and gradual sweepers that parallel along the Payette River. And there's some decent scenery and landscapes to look at as well. Squaw Butte stands tall and dominates the scenery near the farm and ranch communities of Montour and Sweet.
So I've just stopped next to the Payette River near this bridge, and that motorcycle you saw go by was a rider who recognized me as Will Stories, and we had a nice little conversation. How's it going? Will Stories. He's heading to the top of Squaw Butte, and in this day and age you'd think that that would be politically incorrect to have a mountain called Squaw Butte, but the story is the mountain was named by the Native Americans, not by the white settlers, so it's still Squaw Butte. Now the Payette River that I'm sitting next to will be backed up by Black Canyon Dam just a few miles from here. We'll stop and take a look at it there. Gosh, beautiful spring weather. Here in a moment I'm going to get back on the bike and we'll continue riding. really love this route. It's very convenient from my house. Boise over to Horseshoe Bend, then go west, Black Canyon over to Emmett Route. Very convenient from my house. I can do it in less than 2 hours. Jump on the road and do it after work and be home before dark. And here's the dam. We have a little bit of water coming over the top, over the spillway. The American flag waving in the breeze, and my Harley Davidson Roadster. So I pulled into Black Canyon Park. This is a boater's park where you can get your boat in the water and go do some water skiing or some fishing when it's a little bit warmer than it is today. Surprisingly, here near the dam, the reservoir is a sheet of ice. It's about 66, 67 degrees today. I would imagine that the surface of ice will melt very soon. Well, I gotta say goodbye here. I think this does it for this episode of Wheel Stories. I had a wonderful day of riding, enjoyed myself. Anyway, I'm optimistic about more rides this spring and later in the summer. Maybe I'll get a chance to attend a few rallies, meet some other riders. We'll see. At any rate, until next time, subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll know when the next Wheel Stories video is released. I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails, everybody.